Live from the 6-3, Tarantotoy and Friends.
Parekoys and Manekoys, good day to you all and welcome to the Tarantotoy and Friends podcast. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Nigel and today is a very special day. Our friend today is someone whom I have known for 22 years. He attended Paref Southern School for Boys and he graduated from De La Salle University, Manila with a degree in behavioral science, major in organizational social systems development. He also took two British higher education degree programs in London, from the University of Westminster Business School with a degree in marketing management and the University of Westminster School of Media Arts and Design. Furthermore, he has a Goethe Institute Start auf Deutsch A1 Certificate, having studied the German language in Berlin, Germany. He has worked at several respectable institutions here in the Philippines, like the Alliance Francaise de Monnaie, Bank of the Philippine Islands Foundation, Inc., and Bank of the Philippines Global Market Group Treasury Department. He is currently an aspiring YouTuber and founder of the Tarantotoy and Friends YouTube channel. Parekoys and Marikoys, Tarantotoy and Friends gives you Mr. Paeng Paner. Now, before we get started, the Tarantotoy and Friends team wants to sincerely say thank you for making time for us despite your busy schedule doing digital content. And without further ado, it's pod time. So, Paeng, how are you, brother?
Nigel, brother, thank you for welcoming me to the show. It's a very weird feeling because I'm usually the one doing the intros and asking the questions. But today, as you said, is a very special day. So I will be on the hot seat today. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. Just very, very busy putting out digital content for everybody in our YouTube channel. But definitely, we're very excited for what is to come in the future.
Yes, I'm sure we are. No, it's great to see you too, brother. And today's episode, as we have mentioned, is very special because our interviewer becomes the interviewee or our guest. No? So our viewers may be interested. What was your journey prior to becoming a content creator and starting the channel?
Thank you for that great question, Mr. Nigel. As the intro is stated, the one that you mentioned earlier, no, of course, I studied in Paraf Southridge School for Boys. We also I did time in De La Salle University, and of course, I studied also in London, England, with the two British higher degrees education, and also stayed ample amount of time in Berlin, Germany, to study the German language, and coming back home with all these international and local experiences. I landed a beautiful job at the Alliance Francaise de Monnaie, beautiful place. The French language was the one that we were doing before, and all our clients who are interested in the French language and culture, we cater to them. And definitely, I also want to, it's a very special year actually for us because today, this year is the 75th anniversary of the Philippine France diplomatic relations. So I think it's going to be an exciting year. And then, of course, I did time at the BPI Foundation as the Arts and Culture Manager program, no, before the pandemic started, and we did all the artworks that you see in BPI offices. We were the ones who were in charge of that, no, and we were working closely with the Ayala Museum and foundation with regards to those artworks. Again, um, and when I was in BPI Foundation when the pandemic started in the Philippines, no, in March 2020, and of course I think everybody had to experience the a different lifestyle, if you want to say, from a physical one moving to a towards a digital one. and we did fantastic job. We The last program I did with them was that we had an arts education program for our, excuse me, Department of Education teachers in Calamba, Laguna. So we were able to provide them the knowledge to teach the next generation of Filipinos in terms of arts and the Philippine culture. And then after that, I moved to the BPI Global Markets Group, and we went. I did undergo lots of training in terms of the global markets, foreign exchange, bond markets, you know, all that technical stuff. I even went to Ateneo de Manila University online class for a certification program, because in order to be a certified treasury dealer, you have to undergo this program. So I stayed with them until April 2021, and that was the end, no, in terms of uh the the process, no, of, and then before going full time with this digital landscape, if you want to say, adventure, no, if you want to say, that was my journey before starting this YouTube channel of Tarantotoy and Friends.
All right, thank you very much for that input. So, ang dami mong sinabi. You were talking about learning French, no?
Yes,
French
yes.
and traveling Europe, no? And not
Yes,
only that, you've also been working in BPI.
yes,
You studied further studies in the Ateneo. So that's a lot, no? That's a lot of experience to take in. And I'd have to say that's very unique, no? Not a lot of people, no? Especially here in the Philippines, has that much background, no?
yes.
And then, as
Thank you.
you've mentioned earlier, COVID struck, no? And lahat tayo nagkaroon ng changes sa lifestyle. Everyone had to adjust, no, with the isolation, with the outbreak. People were afraid. So ang maraming nag-worry, no?
Yes,
And
yes.
especially you, I'm sure, because you've had a lot going on, no,
Yeah,
prior to the pandemic. So ang dami nangyari, and then biglang boom,
yeah.
we got a virus in our hands. No? So
Yes,
that's very unfortunate. No? And then after that, you've mentioned you've started the channel. No? So
yes, yes,
um, the COVID still lingers, no? Despite the other health threats that we have here in the Philippines and in the world. No?
yes.
We have a lot of things happening right now. And I'd just like to know, during the COVID, no, um, after taking up so many fields, studying, pursuing further studies, what inspired you to pursue being a content creator?
Yes, you know, you were there back in the day, as if our friends are watching, no. There was always an interest in this video making, video production line, no, activities, no, back in the day. And but what triggered, no, this journey, if you want to say, I used to, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic here in the Philippines, so we're looking in 2020, 2021, no. Um, when I would go out, yes, there were moments that I would go out. I would actually come home and then do a 14-day quarantine, despite having no symptoms. So it's more up to for safety of the household, if you want to say. So within those me time of 14 days, you need to entertain yourself. And one of them was, of course, you know, uh, of course, there was a lot. No, there were video games, but part of majority of the time that I was doing was in YouTube. No, just watching
YouTube.
videos. Yeah, music videos. News, if you want to say, not the fake news, real news. And other entertainment content, no, in YouTube. And so one of the YouTubers that I was watching at the time, because Resident Evil Village came out at that time in 2021. And they were having this YouTuber, Mr. Dan Allen Gaming from Australia. He was conducting all these interviews with these lots of video game characters in real life. The voice actors, the mocap, the motion capture actors. So I was being entertained by this content. No, and I realized that I'm just here in my sofa watching him. And then I realized that he could be getting paid. Of course, I think he already met the certain YouTube partnership program requirements, which is basically that the requirements to get monetized. So this guy doing all this great content for us gamers, and he's doing what he likes, and what he loves, and he could be getting paid. I don't know, that's if he's getting paid, but I would assume that why not. And then next we have as everybody knows, I'm a big Nadine Lustre fan, since 2014, baby. And so when she announced the Wildest Dreams album, no, there was a digital concert for us fans, titled Absolute Madness. So everybody, there were different types of tickets, no, but the one I got was of course a VIP. And part of the experience was that we got to me and the rest of the fans, and with Nadine, we were able to have a Zoom meeting. So we were able to talk to the artist, which is normally you would in old normal, you would get this maybe with the meet and greet backstage pass, and that would require a lot of money.
Yeah.
But now, for the price and the experience itself, I think that's what made it very special. uh and also with the Dua Lipa, I think she had a online concert, also a recorded online concert. So basically, the message to me was, I think at that time in the world, that we're headed towards a digital future, much more um ingrained, to our lives. So that's when I realized, maybe we can have something here, get me into the digital space also. But the one that really started it all was, of course, our one of our uh, creative guidance team member, Mr. Engineer Manch Tan, who requested me to have a photo shoot, because he is a model, as everybody knows,
Mhm.
very good model, very good looking. And so he one time he told me that, brother, can you shoot for me? And I was like, I bought this Sony RX100 Mark 7 camera by Sony, no. So we did the photo shoot, quick photo shoot in my garage. And then that's when I realized, I'm back behind the camera. This is what we used to do before when we were kids. And we're only getting old. Hopefully not that old yet now, but just the feeling of, like, this is what I really wanted to do. Now we have the time in the world, all the time in the world, because the world stopped, and was not yet in a post pandemic uh speed by then. So that's when I realized, let's get into this, let's have something. So that's the story. It's a combination of, watching YouTube, video games, Nadine having these concerts, and being able to talk to these people and getting paid at the same time. Don't get me wrong, they're getting paid. Also with the Dua Lipa, the production was very good. The fans, are very happy with it. And of course with Manch, enlightening me on the earlier passions of my childhood. So let's do it. Let's do what we love, and that's what happened, you know. And I talked to them, and I said, let's start a YouTube channel, you know. So that's how it started. That's how it started.
All right, so thank you for that. No? So we have a lot of inspirations as you've mentioned. No? So we got a shout out to Dan Allen Gaming. So Resident Evil is a survival horror game, no? And it seems like you're very interested in that,
Oh
no?
yes,
And we also have Nadine Lustre. Yes, I remember those days, no? Nadine is, I believe, she's doing a lot of projects, no? Non-musical
yes,
projects right now.
yes, and
Yeah.
some films also, and more projects in the future.
Yeah, photo shoots as well, I believe. No?
Yes,
And Dua Lipa, I believe, is she's having a world tour right now. I think
yes,
she's in Europe. Is that right?
yes. I think she's having a world tour of the future nostalgic album, I think.
Yeah. And Manchtan is busy being tall, dark, and handsome.
Yes.
All right. So that's a lot of inspirations, no, Paeng? And these inspirations somehow made you want to pursue this childhood hobby that we were doing as kids, no,
Yes.
of taking videos, no, sharing stories and making them a larger scale, no. Ayan. So thank you for your inspirations, no. There's a lot of them and they are very mixed, might I say, no.
Yes.
And it seems like a lot of people inspired you to create the channel, no, Tarantotoy and Friends, no. So a lot of us are also wondering what inspired the name of the channel, no? Paano naging Tarantotoy and Friends yung channel mo?
Yes. You know, that's the beauty of having a unique name. Every time I sign up for websites and I put Tarantotoy, I always get the green mark check because it's unique. But it's a grade school story actually, and shout out to boss Miguel Carlos Uy. We would have jokes before, but it's a combination of two words. Yeah, so it's a combination of two words, as I said, and one is tarant, and the other is totoy. And the first one, I think we all know what that means. It is in the Tagalog language. And the other one is a funny story because I would wear my Snoopy shorts in grade school, and people will, of course, you guys were fascinated by my wardrobe choices. Hence, I got the name that I look like a totoy with my beautiful wardrobe selections.
The short shorts, might I add.
Yes. And other designs, no, and that's how it started to be. So we mixed the two words together, and that's how we got the Tarantotoy name. um and the friend's name, it's just more like, definitely we had you guys in mind, and of course, hopefully in the future journey, we'll have more friends joining us in our digital content journey. So I want it to be a welcoming, warm name, and something that's Filipino, something that's unique, and that's how we ended up with this name.
Yes, I agree. It's very unique. I've
Yeah.
never heard anything like it, no? Kahit nung high school pa tayo, grade school, parang we would associate that word with you, no?
Yes.
Tarantotoy. Parang ikaw lang yung may ganyan.
Yes. Yes.
Ayan. So, after being inspired by our friends, no? So, we would also like to know, no? Ano yung thought processing mo when you were creating the channel logo, no? I'd also have to say it's very unique, no? The Tarantoto and Friends logo. So, paano nangyari yon, brother?
Yeah. I have to also give another shout out to my cousin, creative director of Inodoro Graphics Design Labs, Mr. Patrick Jansen Ong, who is a world class. He's a world class artist. He's done works, and has sent his works and works with the international clients. And of course, you can find the artworks that he's done in his website. No, But definitely, I contacted him and I said, again, one of the things that you would learn in marketing is, brand identity.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, before we start the videos and all that, we need to work on the foundations, which are, the name, the logo, which people will identify us with. And so, we had three designs that he showed to me, and in terms of the fonts, no, and this is what I like the most. And I think his design is very interesting, very out of this world, and I think it's eye catching for me, very unique. And again, I think it's something that is very important in terms of who we are, what we do, and what we will do. And so that's how it came to be in terms of the logo.
Alright. So, mukhang ang saya gumawa ng creatives, no? Coordinating with different
Yes.
people, artists, no? And having to create a brand identity, no? Because there are a lot of people, no? Especially nowadays, no? COVID, no? So, we have a lot of content creators around the world, also here in the Philippines, no? And we have to be sure, no? We have to know who we are, no? And that is Tarantotoy and Friends. Okay,
Yes.
so mukhang masaya yung creatives, no? Especially in designing the logo. And I'm sure it has to come with its own challenges, no? So, hindi lang sa logo, but the whole process of creating this unique brand identity, no? Ano yung mga challenges that you had to face, so especially considering you were doing this for the first time?
Yeah. You know, in terms of that, we used to do this before. Sony Vegas, the technology back then, it's not
Yes, yes.
as advanced, if you want to say, compared to today. So we had a rough start. We were there, but thankfully the passion did not die, and so here we are today. No, so in terms of the challenges that we faced initially, again, as I said, is the brand identity. How can we make ourselves unique? And that's what I wanted to work on. So, I asked some friends. I asked a good friend of mine, Mr. Toph Zapanta, who is designing our album cover art in terms of our podcast, no? Because I told him I want it to be like, music CDs. There's a
Yeah.
front cover, there's a back cover. The front cover is, something that represents our theme the of the season, and then of course the guests, at the back as a track list, and then of course, of course, we had to adjust ourselves to the YouTube workflow things. What I mean by that is, how do you upload the video, the correct tags, the correct thumbnail, uploading, big files, right? So, uh, of course, telling people to like, share, and subscribe, which is very important to us YouTubers. So all that, I had to get our message across. And then of course, number three, because I have an international background, I also have an international responsibility to my foreign friends who, you know, are not speaking the Tagalog language. So, um, in terms of that, as much as possible, uh, for the podcast, no, we speak English so that it caters to a broad range of audience. And but majority of them, they at least get the grasp of what we're the message and the story that we want them to hear and to learn on that episode. And of course, video and post video productions. When I mean by that, of course, just really of course, now it's level up. We're not doing Sony Vegas anymore. We're now doing Final Cut Pro 10. And but again, just really I have this engaging um video post video production, just to keep the viewers interested. And again, the storytelling is the most important part, how we convey, how we portray the message that we want to our parekoys and marikoys to understand, no. And of course, sharing it to friends. We also have social media accounts in Facebook and Instagram, and how we uh, share it, the disseminate the information is very challenging also at the start. And of course, looking and finding for new and potential subscribers that are not in our circle. And of course, to I would like to apologize to my foreign friends and to the international community. Uh, we were already discussing that we will be putting some subtitles in our videos when, if there will be a Tagalog a word, sentence, or even the whole episode, no. But it was very ambitious on my end, so hopefully they are not alienated by this, but definitely in the future we will be hopefully looking for ways for them to understand the situation. But uh you know the important part is, why not, let's if we look at it into open mind, why not learn the Philippine language? You can learn some words because of the video, so it's, you can see it in multiple ways. But that is those are the initial challenges that we faced.
Right. Speaking of which, so I mentioned some Tagalog words earlier, and I would like to apologize to
No.
our foreign
That's
viewers.
okay. We will be putting. I'll take care of this in the post video production. But again, guys, it's a beautiful language. And by the way, I also want to give a shout out that this month, August, is usually the buwan ng wika, which is the Philippine language month. So we should not be ashamed of our language. And we should share it with them, and that's what we're doing. That they appreciate this, and learn something new.
All right, so I take back my apology. Joke lang. So thank you for sharing that. No, so it's good that previous your content creator phase, no, prior to COVID, you've had a lot of international connections, no, and it's good that you still keep them in mind, no, while thinking about, no, what inspired you to do the channel, no, our friends, our local friends, as well as our international friends as well, no.
Yes.
And with those challenges, with the video editing and the language barriers that could pop up, so we would actually like to get to know more about the channel itself. No? So you've talked about the challenges in brand identity, in recording, no, in language barriers. Now let's get to know more about the channel itself. No? So and you've been doing this for a while. You've had a lot of episodes already, and we just like to know a general grasp of what Tarantoto and Friends is really all about.
Yeah, that is a very good question, very important one actually, because you know people are asking or might be confused. You have as I said, we have three categories right now. We have the unboxing videos, which is what I would say my practice videos. So just practicing my oration skills, and of course some of the video editing skills, with the help, of course, of Kuya Oliver, Tita Luciana, and Ate Josephine. The second one is the Ang Kusina ni Tita Luciana at ni Ate Josephine. That is a very important segment, because I think universally we can all agree that we all love food. And part of our mission is to showcase the Filipino culture, and of course, and food is one of them. That's why we have this segment for our foreign friends who may not be uh, have little knowledge about the Philippine cuisine. So that's why I want to show them these videos that we make them, and maybe one day they might take interest on it. But again, majority also is for those nanays and mga kasambahays that when they watch this show, that they can be inspired to follow or to try even these recipes. Why? Because I think the cooking styles varies per, let's say, region.
Yes,
So
I
how they
agree.
do beef steak Tagalog here might be different in Mindanao or in Visayas. So we're giving them a Visayan version of it, since Tita Luciana and is from Visayas. So that's what we're doing. We're really targeting the nanays and the kasambahays. And trust me, brother, it is a very big market. And, lots of supporters there. I know that because I see our video analytics. But definitely, again, everybody loves food. So I don't think we can go wrong with that. No. But more importantly, the mission of of being proud and sharing the Filipino cuisine and heritage is very important to me. And lastly, of course, the Tarantotoy and Friends podcast, no, which is the flagship product of our channel. And here, our friends, my friends, and the teams, of course, we invite them here to share with us their life stories at a time of a global pandemic. So those are the three main categories, categories that we have, no. So that people don't get confused why uh one week we're doing unboxing, the next we're doing cooking, and then the next we're doing a podcast, no. But just to clarify on the podcast, we just recently moved houses. That's why the season 2 was delayed. But we'll talk about that more later on.
All right, thank you very much. So we have unboxing videos, we have cooking videos, and we have podcasts, no,
Oh, I
detailing the
forgot.
lives.
I forgot to
Yes.
mention. In terms of the unboxing videos, I'm also looking at the Filipino tech community. Again, that's why I'm speaking Tagalog in those videos, because I am targeting our kababayans who might be interested in these products. Because again, if I speak English, there's lots of competition already. America, you go to American YouTubers, they already have that. That's why my target are Filipino consumers who might be interested in in tech. So that's why we're having these unboxing videos. So to if they are interested in buying one or just knowing more about the product, we have this. They are the target market for that video category. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I personally like tech myself, no? Bilang isang, as one Filipino techie to
Yes.
another, no? So, thank you, we understand. And with those different types, no, of content, no, what is the common denomination, by? What is the message or impression that you want viewers to feel when watching your videos, no, or your content, no? We have a lot of videos online, diba? We have videos that want people to feel happy. We have videos that want people to feel relaxed, no, scary movies, no, entertainment. So, what kind of impression do you want to leave our viewers, no, whether it be they be Filipino, from the international audience, our friends?
Well, in terms of that, the channel overall. what the channel, basically what we want to do is to have a good day. That's basically it. And when I mean by that, again, we are living in extraordinary times. That is basically it. That's the one. So I want them, to go check us out and have a good time. You know, have a good time in a way that, despite all these news, challenges in life, that it's okay. We'll be okay as long as we have together. And definitely the warm colors that we do. I want to present a positive, happy energy when people watch our Toronto and Friends YouTube channel.
Yes, I can relate to that, brother, because there are a lot of people, not only these are trying in extraordinary times. I
Yes.
agree. People who are coming home from work, on the commute, they're having a bad day, they can just fire up YouTube and watch the channel.
Yes.
You also have people looking forward, to the videos, I'm sure you have consistent viewers, people who are
Yes.
looking forward to new content, from their favorite channel, and one of them is Tarantotoy, right?
I hope so.
And definitely, so it is a good break, and amidst these trying times, we have a
Yes.
health crisis, we have political and international affairs as well.
Yes. And high
That
inflation, gas
yes,
prices, all
especially
that.
inflation, gas prices. My God, it
Mm,
doesn't stop. And I'm glad that content creators like you, can provide a break from all of that.
mm.
And with that, so you've mentioned that the flagship product, of the
Yes.
Tarantotoy channel is the podcasts, and
Yes.
as a budding YouTuber, or as someone who is starting out, so aside from what you've mentioned regarding the technicals, the brand identity, and the overall theme, and content, the design, what lessons did you learn, as a content creator, when developing your channel, when doing interviews like this, and doing the other content? What have you learned so far from this experience?
Yes, I want to give focus to the season 1 of the Tarantoto in Friends podcast, no? Because that one, it was really, I think, a with respect, a combination of disciplines, if you want to say. We were working with, artists in their respective fields. I'm working with the graphic artist designers. We're working with audio producers. Uh, we're working with you know with the with people, and who are just passionate about this project. And what we've learned, I want to give focus on season 1, like in terms of, let's say, for PJ, he designed the logo for us, the Tarantoto and Friends logo that you see here on the screen. And then, we had Mr. Toff Sapanta, working on the album cover art, which, we said that the theme was Genesis. And that's why it's like, Garden of Eden in the beginning, because we were beginning new lives. It's not the old normal old life we know. So there's a transition. So that's why, we wanted that to be the theme of the album cover art. And I think he did a very, very fantastic job on that. And of course with the cousin PJ, um and in terms of the guest, again, I always state, I am not the star of my show. The star of the show are the guests. Okay. uh because, they have, I think, they have important stories and messages that they want to share. very passionate about their advocacies, the industry that they work in. And I think that it will be a great idea for them to share this with us, so that their message gets across. Because you never know, if you watch one of our videos, that you might learn something new, or you feel happy at times of these extraordinary times. So we don't know what emotions will be felt by the viewer. And I guess it's gonna be a range of emotions, whether positive, negative, sadness, or I just learned something new today. But again, the guest really gave us a good show. I want to say thank you to, let's have a rundown of them. No, we had Mr. Rafa Abaya, sharing with us the time that he was in PGH, the COVID situation and other medical situations there, and at the same time finding time for TikTok. And yes, guys, please follow Giraffe Abaya in TikTok. Great, great TikToker if you want to learn more about keyboards. No, and then we also, for our second guest, we had Miss Shell Kiambao, who was uh, telling us the importance of a holistic uh, lifestyle, holistic health. Not only the physical but also psychological health is very important. And she also discussed the importance of mental health and support systems, the importance of support systems in a way that when life gets tough, always look into your support systems who would be there for you, and go through with you in this journey. And then, on the third guest, we want to say thank you to Mr. Akiyo Aguirre, who gave us an international experience of flying at the time of COVID-19 global pandemic, from the Philippines to Barcelona. And of course, the excitement of an international student prior to starting his studies. Again, insights that I think are very important. And lastly, we had Miss Carmela Viray, who is a model, commercial model, meaning print, ads, digital. I don't know if you've seen her in YouTube recently, the LBC commercial. That's her in the LBC new commercial, and how it was like, how it is working in the in entertainment industry, meeting Sarah G, meeting Dimples Romana or Nadine Lustre in her movie Ulan. She was there. She was a backstage background uh, actor in the film Ulan. So all that, again, different fields, doctor, fitness. We had IS student, and then we had commercial model. But again, the stories are very important because they give us lessons in life, lessons that people can learn, and give us the positive energy. And again, we all have our respective journeys, but especially right now when times are tough and hard, it's very important to share these advocacies. And then we also had a fun experience doing it. Of course, we also had talent show with Miss Carmela Viray performing her cover uh, of the song. So we're not only a podcast, we're also having entertainment shows, letting people share their talents. I want us to be a platform of that. you know and in terms of the lessons, in the more serious note, I've gotten the complaints that are longer videos, please cut it. Yes, we will offer in season 2 the long version, and then we'll have the smaller segments, per question maybe, or I don't know how we'll do it, navigate it, but definitely for those working people who suggested me that comment, we will do it. If it piques your interest, then watch the full interview episode, podcast episode when you have the time. Um, and of course, better post video production. We'll see how that goes. But other than that, we're listening. We are listening to the feedback of the people, and hopefully we can give them a better show production heading into the future.
Sounds like a very interesting season one, I should say, no?
Yes.
And you've mentioned that you've had models, students and friends no, as guests, now talking about different things, no, such as health and wellness, experiences abroad of an international student, and talent shows. No? And with you as our guest today, no, we have a YouTuber who is talking about his struggles in creating a channel, the importance of the channel. So it's
Yes.
very interesting to see how you're progressing, no,
Yes.
in
And
in these trying times, no.
I
And
also want to mention that the thing is, we are open to all people. That's the most important part. Not we're not it doesn't only, not limited to your profession, so it's not only I work with YouTubers, I only work with engineers or graphic designers. No, we're working with everybody. We're open to everybody, and that's what I want the to offer the channel, is to have a diversity of ideas, sharings, and backgrounds. And hopefully, uh, maybe looking towards the future, we'll have an international show. Let's see how that goes. Give
yes,
us,
very interesting.
give our Filipino fans, Parikoys and Marikoys, a international perspective. So we'll see. I'll have to work with my international friends with that. We'll see.
Yeah, nothing better than a different perspective, no, from outside, no.
Yes.
All right. So speaking of a broad audience, no, so we're looking forward to seeing more people, no, and learning more perspectives no, in season two, no. So it sounds really promising. And speaking of more people, I would like to congratulate you on your 12,000 views, no,
Oh, thank
on
you.
your first or before the first year rather on being a
Yes.
content creator, no. And because of that, no, so a lot of people are doing their own thing. YouTubers have their own specific content, no. This is a good milestone, no. More than 10,000 views, and it's something very unique, I would say. And with that, how is season two going to be like? How is the season two going to be like for the channel? You've mentioned a few of them as well earlier.
Yes, yes. I like to apologize to the Parikoys and Marikoys because I don't know if everybody knows, but we actually moved houses. So the first 6 months of this year, aside from the COVID-19 surge that we had early this year, we were busy packing stuff. So I only had the time now, just recently, to reflect and to invite the guests. But definitely, the question is if season 2 is coming out soon. Yes. Uh, I've seen of course, I've done the interviews with our friends. And they are excited as I am that they get to share their, again, stories and learnings, experiences to all of you, our Parikoys and Marikoys, no? And this season 2, we will be doing a side A and side B, just like the CDs, this side A will have them. I already recorded. We're already done. We're just doing the post video production. But hopefully in a very very near future, we'll be able to release the side A, and then in side B, these are the second half of this season 2 uh, podcast, no? And we'll be releasing them, of course, conducting and releasing them hopefully towards the end of the year of the 2022.
All right. So side A and side A and side B, very interesting.
Yes.
Um,
Um,
so mm,
we will once we are ready, we will have an official announcement.
yes, and I'm sure the viewers are excited for that, no?
Yes.
And
Thank
it
you.
sounds very promising, no? And moving forward, so you've mentioned side A and side B. What can we expect, no? In terms of creative direction and digital content.
Yes, again, we're just less than a year into this new digital adventure of ours, no? And we're really really learning a lot. And we need to definitely give new and exciting digital content to our Parekoys and Maricoys. Hopefully we'll have one more than one video per week. um and of course, we already identified the biggest hindrance to our success, and that is uh, not really having a much more a digital, let's just say a digital personal connection. It's always they watch it, but then there's what's the connection?
There's no engagement
No,
to it.
there are engagement, but in terms of the Tarantoto and Friends team interacting with the Paricoys and Maricoys. So that's what we aim to improve this heading into our 1 year on August 26th, and moving forward that we'll show more. We'll let's start a digital personal connection so that you can at least relate with us. Aside from our, of course, our guests who have been a very very fantastic. Um, and hopefully to reach out more new subscribers, potential subscribers. In terms of possible collaborations, we'll see with other YouTube channels. We'll see about that. But other than that, we're just really, we'll have more. Definitely, we're gonna be branching out into newer video categories as we move forward with this channel, no, Tarantoto and Friends YouTube channel. And you know, again, the most important thing is that we hear the feedback, we analyze, we study them, and then think of ways and strategies on how to execute them better, so that we can give better product value overall to our Paricoys and Maricoys.
All right. So we have to be a better version of ourselves, no? And
Yes.
for our members as well, your subscribers, and for the channel in general. And we are looking forward to it, you know. And we are now nearing the end of our program, no? So would you like anything else to share, no, before we wrap up our productive session today?
Yes, I to our Paricoys and Maricoys, of course, if you haven't already seen, please, we have support our social media accounts. We have a Facebook page. Please like our page. We also have our for FB, we have just search Tarantotoy and Friends. We're gonna be there. And for Instagram, we also have at Tarantotoy and Friends, our official account, and that's where we will be both FB and Facebook and Instagram. That's where we will be sharing our digital content announcements, and also of course here in YouTube, no. And of course, I want to say thank you to the team, Tarantoto and Friends team. Mr. Patrick Jansen Ong of Inodoro Graphics Studio Labs, Mr. Toff Sapanta, friend and thesis mate of Paeng, who's doing our audio productions. So the intros and the outros you hear is made by our audio producer. And of course, to the creative guidance team with the engineer Sebastian Eugenio and and engineer Manchtan, who are guiding me in our uh, creative process. Of course, to Mr. Rafael Suarez, who is my how do you say, the quality control tester of my videos. So he would check and see, I want to get the feedback, so he would get advanced previews when we were neighbors back in Hillsboro. But definitely, and of course, again, to to Mr. Vic Boy Vera and Mr. William De La Cruz of DLC Productions, who I had an initial discussions with them whether or not to pursue this channel. And I would like to thank them that, they inspired me. They got that fire that, we used to have when we were kids. And now we're here today. Um, of course, to our family and friends who have been very, very supportive of our project, no? And of course, to our Parekoys and Maricoys, who are our subscribers, my subscribers, Tita Luciana, Kuya Oliver, Ate Josephine's, friends. Thank you very much for supporting us. And definitely, uh, I think I can say it here, on our first year anniversary, which will be on the 26th of August 2022. We have lots of exciting content that we will be doing there. So and definitely more exciting things to come. Thank
Right,
you.
thank you so much for sharing those beautiful insights, no, on the channel creation, the struggles and the triumphs of building this channel, no, for the benefit of our viewers, as well as the team, no, involved in helping out create the channel, in quality orientation, checking the content, no. And I've met some of these people, and I'm
Yes.
sure they're very hardworking,
Oh,
no.
I also
And
forgot to mention, of course, Mr. Pache Santos, Miss Chiki Agoncillo Santos. Again, these are, they really supported me, and from the beginning. Mr. Rafael Agdameo and Teacher Clem, who's been also very, very supportive of this initial project.
yes, daming support, no?
Yes.
Marami pang pa-shoutout. Meron pa ba, brother?
Yes. I'm okay. I think I will just mention the who, if I forget, in the description box below.
Lalabas na yung mga comments kung may mga naiirita. Ba't wala ako dyan?
We'll see.
Anyways, I'm sure you have them in mind as well,
Yes,
brother. I'm
yes.
sure.
I
So
don't
there
forget
you
them.
go. Yes, we will not forget them.
Yes.
Kasi I'm sure marami sila, no? We just
Yes.
cannot name all of them, no?
Yes.
Right now, no? So there you go, no? So I hope our Panekoys and Maricoys learned something today with regards to the origins of Tarantotoy and Friends YouTube channel, no? The digital contents and its intricate details, the Tarantotoy and Friends team who makes the creative ideas and stories of wonderful people possible and come to digital life, and what the future holds in terms of creative direction. And we wish you all the best in your YouTube endeavor. And we are very proud of you. You know? So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And of course, if you want to keep updated for our podcast, we would generally appreciate it if you could like, share, and subscribe to our Tarantoto and Friends social media accounts. No? Until the next episode, stay safe and please take care wherever you are in the world, and may you have a lovely day ahead. Peace out.
Live from the 6th Tree, Tarantotoy and Friends.